Hi, this is Greg Hall again. It occurred to me that you might want to be able to make these videos also. So let me show you how we're doing it. I'm starting off with my camera because I have to show you stuff before the computer starts working. So let's do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down over here and I'm going to launch a program called Quicktime Player. You could find that on your machine by simply holding down the Command and space bar and typing in QuickTime Player. What you want to do is you want to launch that. This is a program built into your computer. When you first start, you don't need to do anything down here. You're going to say done. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the File menu. Under the File menu, you're going to say New Screen Recording. Under New Screen Recording, what you want to do is you want to make sure you click on this little icon right here, this little triangle here in the corner. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've got an audio output. And so by default, it's going to be none. I'm using the internal microphone for my recordings, and it sounds a whole lot better than what I'm doing right now. But we're going to start with internal microphone. The other one is show mouse clicks in the recording. So if I click on something, you're going to get a little black circle, all right? Then there's two more things that start off. If you start off this way, you say, I'm going to do a recording, you're going to get this little window here that says click to record the full screen. Or if you're only going to do a section of the computer, just drag the record bar and then off you go. The last part is end the recording by clicking the stop button in the menu bar. Let me show that to you real quickly. The stop menu is this little guy right here. So it'll go dark black when it's recording and it will stop with that one. I'm going to start recording the whole screen, and then what we're going to do is use that recording in the rest of the video. Okay, so here's how we're going to start it. All right. We're recording right now. You're listening only to the computer. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up a program called TextEdit. TextEdit is a program built into your machine. We want to do a new document. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say how to record a screen on the Mac. Now it's a little bit hard to read, so I'm going to select all, Command A, and I'm going to just hold down the Command key, and then I'm going to hit the equal sign or plus button, and I'm just holding down that one, and boy, you guys can see this thing just keeps going up and up and up, all right? Pretty cool, huh? So, what's the next step? I'm going to show that to you too. First, let me stop this recording. Again, we're going to go all the way up to the top. We're going to hit this button. And then I'm going to record the rest of what we're going to do. All right, if you're following along, we just stopped the previous movie, and I've made it smaller so that we can see what it is. This is the movie that I did just before here, but now I want to take it to the next step. If we were to go through this movie very quickly, it's done a screen recording. We can see that I made that stuff bigger. This is where we were just looking at it. So now what I want to do is I want to add some more information, not necessarily to this, but to the outside of the movie. So to do that, I'm going to open up another application that's included on your computer, and that's called iMovie. So if you just do a Command spacebar and then look for iMovie, open that up, and what iMovie is, and I'm going to show you how I got here, what iMovie is how we're putting together all of these pieces. Now you're looking at a previous project, so let me start from scratch. We're going to go back over here to projects, and in your case, we're going to call this, let's see, this one was Time Machine. This is how I made the other movie. Yeah, spelling is fun too. So you've got different things over here. Maybe you've got nothing. What I'm going to do is I want to, under a project, I'm going to create a new movie. It's going to ask me, would you like to do a trailer or would you like to do a movie? Trailers are a total blast. I'll show you how to do that possibly. But what we're doing right now is we're not sure how long this movie is going to be. So we're going to make movie. So I'm going to pick movie. And when I do that, it says, well, great. Here's all the events. Here's what you've got in your photo library. In our case, we have some video that's already been recorded. Remember that one from before? It was down here in my video that I downloaded. It usually goes to your download. So what I want to do is I want to take that one, and I called it Make Recording 2, and I just want to stick it in here. All right? This is the recording we were just looking at. This is the one that we did on the desktop. But I actually started it with an earlier piece. So let's add that. All I did was I drag it and drop it. Down here, this is the downloads folder. This is what we're looking at over here. And I want to come over here and I want to pick the movie that we did by hand. And that's this one. And I actually want to put it in front of this. So now if I scroll through it, this is the video that said, hey, we're going to do this in front. And then if I keep going over here, I'm using 2 fingers to slide over. So as I come over here, and then boom, we snap into our recording. And that's pretty much all I want to do from those 2 video clips. As you can see, I just slid them in. And I'm going to be, doing a little bit more. So here's the next thing that I need to go. I have a graphic that I want to stick in here. That graphic, if I go over here and I show all of this, that graphic is the Craven County. And I happen to have been putting all of this stuff in my downloads. So here's the Craven County School logo. You could put whatever logo, whatever graphic you want to. So all I did was, in this case, I opened up Downloads folder. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it over here to the beginning. And it automatically puts in a 4-second video. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to put a title at the beginning of this one. You guys may have looked at that, seen some of the other ones. I'm picking a standard title. And I'm going to put that standard title right over here at the beginning. So I'm putting the title, then the Craven County, and then the rest of the video. In this case, the title, we're going to say Craven County Schools. And then over here, how to make a screen recording. Okay, so it thinks it's at the end. We don't want it at the end. We'll just drag it back. Put it over here at the beginning. Okay, so I've got this title. And then I've got this one, which kind of came over extra. So I'm just going to delete that. Select it. Hit the delete key. Hit the delete key once it's selected. So now I have 4 seconds of this. Oh, come on, behave yourself. Don't you love it when demos misbehave? Well, that's okay. We'll just type that again. So over here. See, even when you know what you're doing, it still can get goofed up. How to make a screen recording. By the way, I'm not hitting upper or lowercase. This title always uses capital letters. So we're just done over here. One last thing, because we want this to show up correctly on YouTube, I'm going to take my 2 videos, this one, and I'm going to go up to the cropping tool, which is right here. So let me zoom in on that one. I'm going to go to the cropping tool. And under cropping tool, I want to make sure that I see fit. I want the fit position to be selected. That's important, but it's even more important on the second clip. The second clip right here, notice it cropped to fill. Well, the problem with crop to fill is I'm losing the bottom half of my screen and I'm losing the top half of the menu bar. See how this bar right here says this is going to be the edge of your screen. If I hit fit, it grabs everything, but it adds a little bit of this black bar. That's okay. I want to be able to see the upper and lower portions of my system. So that's all we have to do. Let me scroll back out. So I've got, again, I put in a title, I put in your graphic, and on this graphic, I'm using a Ken Burns effect, which is, well, let's just do that real quick. Where's my start? And I could say that my start is going to be outside, and I want to have my end just kind of like that. So it's going to zoom in, make it a little bit taller up here. And so now, when I zoom out, what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, we're going to start here. Just move that over a little bit, make it look a little more prettier. Starts over the full thing, and it'll slight end like that. So this is it. Now, I got to save this file, right? Last thing we do, we come over here and we hit share. I'm going to save this as a file so that I can upload it later. This particular file is going to take a little bit of time to finish, so I'm going to pick this up here in just a second. And if you hadn't noticed, you guys are on a 3-hour delay. I'm here on Friday when tornado watch is coming by. Hopefully there's no tornado. I'm over here at New Bern High School. And it's like, hey, that's going to be a problem. Give it a name. So slight distraction. Sorry, guys, squirrel. This is making a screen recording. And there we go. We hit next. It's going to ask me where do you want to put it. I'll say sure, downloads for right now. Could have been anywhere else. You guys remember, if you click on this one, you've got the most recent places. If you haven't seen this one, how did I put that demo folder in there? Or if you want to, you can come over here and hit this one. You can move anywhere you want to, including making a new folder. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it in the downloads folder and say save. This is going to take a little bit of time. Your time indicator is up here in the upper left-hand corner, and this thing will start hopefully making some movement over here. We're going to stop for just a second and let you see what the finished result is. As you can see, we're making a little bit of progress. Here's my status indicator. I'll just leave it here until it finishes, and we'll show you what you get. So the compression and the export of this movie is just about done. You're going to see this section up here go all the way to 100%, and then the desktop finder will actually tell you, hey, you've got a finished movie. There you go. It was successful. So let's go over here and hit the show button. And here's the movie. I'm going to hit the space bar, quick view. I could have taken that off, maybe next time. And here's the movie.
Hi, this is Greg Hall again. It occurred to me that you might want to be able to...
So, hopefully that all makes sense for you. I hope to see some of your movies set up here. Take care.